This tutorial is a bonus for those students who are checking Moodle over the weekend. If you remember, I told you that you could use Excel during the test. And a lot of you guys were using Excel like as a calculator, but there's a much easier way. If you use Excel correctly, it will automatically give you the correct answer and make life a lot easier. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the atomic mass of chlorine in nature. All right. Now, what you find is there are actually two isotopes of chlorine: chlorine 35, all right, and chlorine 37. Chlorine 35 has an atomic mass unit weight or of 35.96, and chlorine 37 has a mass and atomic mass units of 6.966. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what is the mass of chlorine, the average weighted mass of chlorine in nature. Now, you notice that they're not both equally abundant. All right, this is analogous to that situation I gave you where I have a test where 19 kids get 100 and one kid gets a 0. You don't just average 100 and a 0. You have to take into account that more people got 100. All right, in this case, more chlorine has a weight of 34.969 than has a weight of 36.966. So what we're going to do is we're going to weight the averages. Now, the first thing I'm going to suggest, make sure you put these things in rows that are one on top of the other. All right, so I'm going to start off with the weight of chlorine, 34.969. And then I'm going to multiply that by the percentage that exists in nature. Now, when you multiply by a percentage, the word percent means per 100. Okay, you can't really just multiply it that way. What you need to do is you need to multiply by the decimal. You convert a percentage into a decimal by moving the decimal place over 2. So this is really not 75, but 0.7577. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to do this calculation in Excel, which is really easy. You're going to type in the equal sign, then you click on this cell, which is C2, and then you're going to hit the asterisk, which is the multiplication sign. Then you're going to click on this guy, which is D2, and then you're going to hit enter, and boom, now you get what that multiplication comes out to. All right. And then you're going to do the same thing to calculate the mass of chlorine 37. You're going to take its weight in atomic mass units, 36.966, and you're going to multiply it by the decimal of its percentage in nature, which is 0.2423. And then you're going to click here, and then I'm going to redo this the manual way. Some of you may know that you can drag this down. You type in equals this asterisk times D3, enter, boom, and that gives you how much the weight of chlorine 37 is. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sum these guys up, and there's actually a tool for doing this. If you look at this little guy, this little auto sum button, all right, it looks like a Greek letter E. Okay, you're going to click on it. That's called the sigma, and that sums things up. Boom. Now you notice that there are these little dancing little lines lighting up. If those lines don't show up, if they don't capture both numbers, you can just click and drag to make sure you get both of the numbers that you want to sum up. Hit enter, and boom, that gives you the total of those two numbers. Now you notice it's got like 7 decimal numbers after the decimal there. All right, and realize that our least accurate figure were these percentages. These percentages only really have 4 significant figures. So we're going to take this number, 35.452873, and we're going to reduce it to the number of significant figures, which is 4, so it's 35.45, and that's your answer. Now, in order to practice doing this, I put a whole bunch of practice problems up there. I'm going to suggest very strongly that you pull up the practice problems, pull up Excel, and play with it and see if you can get this to work. Okay, and that's your bonus tutorial for this section.